Hello and welcome to episode 431 of the Daily Sales Message Podcast, where every single day I share a piece of simple... Every single day I sound like a robot, but I also share a piece of simple and actionable advice that's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff too. In today's episode, I have a quotation from an amazing person I found recently. A guy called, he's got a great first name, of course, James Sinclair. James Sinclair, I just listened to one of his books, which is about how you get clients, how you get customers. I've listened and seen his social media posts, his podcast. He's got a really interesting voice. It's very nice to listen to his voice. He's got a fantastic outlook on business, very pragmatic, very practical. He's a very successful guy. And there was a quote in his book, and I want to give him full credit for this. So if you're listening, James, full credit to you. Really enjoyed the book. I really like this quote. I can't remember if the quote was in the book or in a podcast, but it's definitely yours. And it's this, and I'm going to read it so I don't get it incorrect. Never forget that people forget. Never forget that people forget. So what this means is you shouldn't forget that people are going to forget about you. As much as, like, let's use James Sinclair's example. As much as I've listened to his book, I know who he is. I'm even talking about it on a podcast episode. What a lucky man he is. A special one dedicated to him. At some point in the future, I'll probably forget about him. Sorry, James. Probably will. Never forget that people forget. So people are going to forget about your product or your service. You've got to continually talk about it, remind them about it, showcase it, be out there continually marketing, communicating, etc. We can't rest on our laurels. Why do you think McDonald's and Coca-Cola and Nike and Apple and all these other people spend millions and billions of pounds every year in advertising? We know who they are. I don't need to say what McDonald's do and who they are and Nike, etc. do I? You know. However, they advertise continually because they know that if people forget, you're not top of mind, and that's where you lose business. So never forget that people forget. People are going to forget about you, your business, your product, your service. It's just natural. It's up to you to keep it current, keep communicating, keep marketing, keep selling, keep trying to get attention in any way you can, because that's the name of the game in business. So thank you to James Sinclair for that really interesting quote, nicely put, and a great book to listen to. Oh man, I can't remember the title of the book off the top of my head. Let me be completely unprofessional. Going to my phone while I talk as quickly as possible to mask the fact that I'm just doing this completely on the fly. But there we go. Getting Customers. There we go. Getting Customers by James Sinclair. If you are on YouTube, I'm showing you that they're Getting Customers by James Sinclair. And yes, it is 5 to 9 in the evening when I'm recording this podcast, even though I like to keep them as evergreen as possible. Right, thank you for listening or watching all the way to the end. I'll catch you tomorrow for another edition of the Daily Sales Message.